Hey guys, welcome back to the Top Cheddar Podcast. Today's episode is episode 5. Thank you for tuning in. We got a decent amount of news this week. It's definitely slowing down going into the off season. We could tell that, we started off hot last week with all the free agent signings and stuff, and then this week was kind of like slowing down. So not any crazy news, but there's still some big stuff. Some injuries happened that are going to affect some teams or a team.
Some injuries, a injury happening.
Some teams are injured financially now. So, yep, you have that going on. And then we're going to throw in some funner, that's a word, segments. Some big news for a young player. And then also we have a segment where we're going to start maybe doing some preseason predicting, some forecasting, so you guys can roast us in like next March when we completely, when we said Vancouver was going to the Stanley Cup final and stuff. So anyways, yeah, Christian, I'll let you take off here, but thank you guys for tuning in. It's good to be back.
Absolutely. Yeah, it feels like it's been a while, me and Carlsson were saying, but yeah, let me pull up the slides here and we'll get chugging along. But
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Jersey of the episode, Philly Flyers. It relates because of this topic specifically. So yeah, but
yeah, I'll get. Like you said, Carson's closet runs deep, dude. He's gonna bankrupt me one day. But all I got is my Badgers jersey. Shout out there. Again, I still need to get my Lino jersey back. I just literally can't find it right now. But I'll get that going one day too. We'll get some memorabilia built up over the years. But yeah, so we talked about this last episode of if Leo Carlsson was going to stay in Anaheim, and me and Carlsson kind of unanimously agreed that, yeah, we think the Ducks needed to keep the kid on the team. They did. So they matched the offer,
Yep.
So I think we're kind of happy about that. But I'll let Carlsson dive in, get him started on his yap session. So yeah, and we'll get us kicked off.
All right, cue the 10-minute timer. All right. So anyways, so we obviously said last episode, we posted a clip about it. Ducks got to sign Leo, not because Leo was necessarily needed to be signed, but because of all the people they lost. They probably didn't need to sign him if they kept all that other talent they let go. But now with all the people that left, yeah, you kind of have to sign him. Flyers, put him in a shitty situation, not going to lie, especially with the news that came out. You think 18 mil for Leo. We'll get to this later. But there's some other big players. In fact, a player who is currently projected at a higher pace than him, another young player who they also need to sign, and they only have $9 million left. So that's going to be tough.
I think Philly put the physical pressure on them for sure. Is like kind of what me and Carlsson were talking about.
I don't know what beef Philly had with the Ducks. Yeah, I don't know if there was stuff with the Zegras trade still going on, but it's kind of put them in a
burning the hole in the pocket.
Congrats for Leo Carlsson, but it's getting to the point where there's a lot of players, and it's like, guys, it's either you're gonna get paid, or you got to choose getting paid or taking a cut like Sid did and trying to go for another cup. So
yeah, and I saw the comparison obviously of what McDavid's getting paid right now to now the most expensive contract in NHL, and Kaprizov being second there, the hometown boy for us. And I remember when his contract was signed last year. Now, a lot of us were kind of shaken. I think we maybe touched on this either last episode or a few episodes ago. It was kind of a Parisi look back for a lot of Wild fans of, oh my God, we're tying up all this cap space into one player. That, to be fair, in the postseason, wasn't really putting the puck that much in the net for what he's getting paid. And he's still a fantastic player, but I think there's a big argument to be made now. It's like, is Leo Carlsson worth this pay? Well, shit, he better prove it now. So I think you're going to have a lot of angry, and rightfully so, angry Anaheim fans at the GM, not him, but I think you're going to have a lot of angry fans of, like Carlsson said, you needed to sign him, not because he's Leo Carlsson by any means, but more of, you got to plug that hole of the leak that's coming out of losing all this other talent on your team. So, and again, we touched on this one, I think, so much in the last episode that I think we covered a lot of the details, like what's going on behind the scenes here, but I think, it's like Philly's got some beef here or something. Like Carlsson said, it's like, I don't know what they were doing here, but they put him in a chokehold and it worked out. So we'll see what their angle, if they're taking it, nefarious angle at this in the long run, what they're kind of going for. But good for the kid. He's making the most now. So, and I think it's going to kind of put pressure on other teams to match the McDavid talent of, well, we know Connor McDavid's a better player than Leo Carlsson, so it's like obviously by all fair standings, he should be getting paid more in that standing.
I don't know. Should we make this a controversial take?
That McDavid should be getting paid more than Leo Carlsson?
Should we make another controversial take?
Or I get flamed?
I'm taking Leo over McDavid any day of the week. No.
Yeah, and this is where Carson's getting completely banned from the country of Canada, dude.
Got a clip farm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I agree with. I mean, it's pretty obvious what needed to happen. I think for expectations wise for Anaheim, if he doesn't score over 40 goals next season, this is an overpay. I mean, it's already an overpay. The only player that should be making close to this amount of money is McDavid. So he better be putting up. I mean, the only way I feel good as a Ducks fan is a 100-point season next season. Otherwise, this just is like
you got to hit that century mark, 100%.
Yeah, you got it. You got to hit 100 points. You got to have 40 goals. You got to have like that. Because Leo, I mean, okay, given he is a young player, 67 points in 70 games played, that's almost a point per game. Like he is on pace to be that 100-point player. But we need it to happen. You almost. Yeah. Typically, these kind of contracts come out after that season happens, after that breakout season. And don't get me wrong, this was a breakout season, almost a point per game I think he's 21. So it's like there's a lot of time, but holy crap, pressure's on, Leo. You got to make it work here. So.
And some of those kids can shine under that pressure, dude. They're the pressure cooker, man. But it's like I hope the best for him. Like it would be fun to watch the Anaheim team come back again. Here, I think it's going to be a little tough. I think it's going to be pretty tough after this offseason they've had so far, this postseason. Yeah. Of, the talent they've been losing. I think a lot of the fans are feeling that way. But, I mean, hey, it's good hockey's good hockey. And don't you know. But, I mean, yeah, I think that's the most we got to say for that one, unless Carson's got something more. I just think I'm baffled. Truly, I'm baffled by how much they're paying for Leo Carlsson. I would have never guessed that this would have been his name under this contract amount this year.
Yeah, and
I never saw that coming.
Yeah, the last thing I'll leave this with is a lot of Ducks fans and a lot of fans in general might be blaming this on the GM, but a little bit later in this episode, we're gonna basically say why it's not their fault. There's some news, some talk that's dropped, so that kind of just sucks for everybody, both parties. I mean, not for Leo Carlsson's party. Obviously, he's making $18 million, $90 million over 5 years, so he'll be fine. But Stanley Cup might not be making it to Anaheim anytime soon, given that you can't really build a team around a guy with this kind of contract. So But
I think we'll move on to the next one there. I mean, we like I said, we covered this one so much in the past, so it's But bigger news.
Oh, yeah, this sucks. This is tough.
I think me and Carson were texting about this the day it literally happened, like most probably hockey fans were. Yeah. If you watch the clip of it happening, we don't have it up here, but it's nothing crazy. It's like literally, I think he just fell. And he just literally just fell into the boards and hurt his shoulder, which, I mean, a lot of injuries happen there. We have friends that have been injured, literally all of them pretty much from the boards in hockey. That's just what happens. But I think we're kind of seeing a common trend here. And I think a lot of people are seeing a common trend here that they don't want to see. In this kid, Connor Bedard, obviously, it's like he was the phenom 2 years ago, whatever. And it hurts for Blackhawks fans. Like us being Midwesterns, like we have a lot of Blackhawks fans, and they're pissed, right? And rightfully so. And the fact that this didn't even happen in the postseason in playoff hockey or just in even regular season hockey, it happened in training camp. And it's like, I think that's what hurts just so much more. And the fact that you can see the estimate there, 4 months he's going to be out for this. And just, but I'll let Carson give his thoughts here too.
Yeah, when I saw this and I heard 4 months, I was kind of panicking. I'm like, shoot, not because I care about the Blackhawks, but because I care about good hockey and great players. And Bedard is a great young talent, and I was really hoping that this season was going to be his 40-goal season. He's on pace as long as he can stay healthy. I think next time he gets an 82-game season, he's going to put that 40 goals in the back of the net. 4 months seems like a long time, but you got to remember, it's July. So he will miss probably till November-ish.
Which is like, a month into the regular season?
Yeah, so a month. So he might miss, I don't know, at that pace, 15 games.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
If Chicago can manage those 15 games, I'm not asking them to even go 500, but don't only win. Have a decent amount of points coming out of that 15 games. I think they can stay afloat with this. This sucks because this is Bedard's third injury now in his career, and he's only he was drafted in 2023, so it's it is scary. Like Christian was saying, it's a scary you kind of question, is this going to be a thing for the rest of his career? Let's hope it's not. Sidney Crosby was, he was getting hurt early on in his career too. I believe he missed whole seasons where Malkin
missed 2 in a row, didn't he? Yeah.
He might have. I don't recall, but, that's when Malkin shined. Maybe there's a new Blackhawks player that, a young guy who needs to shine.
Definitely Bertuzzi.
Hey, Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's great. Yeah, he's going to be stepping up now that Bedard's out. But, yeah, it just sucks to see this happen because Bedard, like you see there, I mean, last season he was over a point per game, and he was just trending up, just in points in general. So I really was expecting, this next kind of ramp up, you see that positive trend. He's going to be a great player. You just hope that injuries don't end up ruining his career. And there were already talks before he got hurt about, is he going to stay in Chicago? Is things going to right? I think he definitely is being limited in Chicago. I saw something the other day. You want to know what his career plus minus is?
Ooh.
I think it's in the range of minus 100. I'm not even joking. I saw something on that. And it's people were and it just shows, it's you look and you see he's producing, but minus 100, it just kind of shows he's not in the best situation.
No, a lack of defense or goaltending, whatever, maybe it leads to those minuses. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think Chicago's hurting right now because, even just in a normal sports world, it's their team just got bought out too. The Bears just got bought out or whatever, and they're moving possibly. I was just reminded the other day.
They're still Chicago, but they're moving to Indiana. Their stadium is moving just across the border to Indiana. Yeah.
But so it's dang, dude, it's that's a long-standing team there. So it's obviously this isn't hockey, so we're not going to cover it. But just giving the whole empathy to the city of Chicago in the sense it's this kid was supposed to be their saving grace here because after they had their dynasty in the mid 2010s here with Patrick Kane and Taves, obviously, and that was a great team, the absolutely great team to watch and talk about. Me and Carlsson talked about it multiple times.
Well, got swept multiple times by that team.
Oh yeah, God, yeah, we know, but. But seriously, it's the Blackhawks haven't seen that elevated level of play since then. And I remember this kid being literally the talk of the town of he is going to bring them out of this. And again, he's still got plenty of play left in him. I mean, hopefully he does. But yeah, I mean, Sid literally was out for a year or two with an injury, and he's come back and he's Sid. Dude's got 3 cups. So it's there's no reason to write him off right now. I think we've seen so much of this in any sport of this phenom kid that just gets injured, what his career could have been and what it didn't turn out to be. So I really hope that's not for Connor Bedard. I was telling Carlsson that I saw a comment. It was basically saying it's I really hope he isn't the player that we look back at in 20 years going, what could have been with Connor Bedard. But yeah. I really hope it's not that case. So, but yeah, no, I mean, I hope he gets a speedy recovery. I hope everything turns out well, and I hope he comes back stronger than ever. So yeah.
For sure.
All right. And next we got a little more fun one. We'll take a little turn more into a fun topic, but little Chell, covering some Chell on the channel. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we got the cover drop. I think either today or yesterday it was now, but
it was. I think it was this morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty fresh, and we just saw it this morning as well. But obviously we got Macklin Celebrini on there, number 71 of the Sharks himself. So. And yeah, you see on there, youngest EA Sport athlete to be on it, and I hope he's just pumped. It's awesome. I think we kind of all saw it coming, but yeah, I mean, Carlsson, who else would you think would have been on this?
Really wasn't even questioning it. I was just waiting for the Macklin announcement. I mean, he's the youngest talent in the league, and I mean, why not? He's 115 points last season. He's 18. Give him the cover, man. I mean, I don't know how much exactly he's getting paid off of this, but get the kid paid. I mean. Yeah, great. I mean, he's a great representation of the sport. It's not like he's some young kid who's just got a bad... he's got a great attitude. He's a great player. So fun to watch. So it's nobody else... I mean, obviously there's vets who could have been... He deserves it. Great. Congratulations to getting on the cover of NHL 27. I mean, I'm going to be buying... I know people don't like NHL some people have controversial opinions about EA constantly spitting up the same reorganized crap every year.
Let's be so for real. Is it really that of a hot take though?
It's not a hot take. But Macklin being on the cover, it's just a cool thing to see. So
yeah, and me and Carlsson will be getting it. I think we said in the first episode we might do some Chell content down the line.
We will be doing some Chell content down the line.
But we'll have to obviously figure out the logistics of that. But I mean, like, we love playing it. We're by no means getting top rank in it or anything like that. But
we are casual. Maybe I'd say maybe a little bit below the casual level. Hey, we win on World of Chell about 50% of the time. So.
But yeah, no. So we'll be getting it. Of course, we'll be playing together. We'll give our opinions on it if we'll delve into that. But no, yep. I think super cool cover. I like the deluxe edition. I like the shark in the background coming out of the entrance there.
I always have loved the colors of the shark, so I love everything about this cover. Yeah, I got to get me a Macklin jersey. That's my next jersey on my list. I'm getting a Macklin.
So I think me and Carlsson were talking about this. Our next jersey picks. I think I was talking about getting a Cole Caulfield jersey because I really want a Habs jersey, and Carlsson wants a San Jose. And I think both of us are like, we both agree with that young talent. But I want a Cole Caulfield jersey so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know they're super cheap. So, but yeah, no, I think. And then we were watching the video of obviously him getting picked for it, and the guy was asking what he thinks his overall will be, and I think he was so humble about it. He's like, oh, it'll be an 88, probably 90. And I was like, dude, I think he'll be at a 92 if I had to make a guess.
Yeah, typically when you come off of that kind of season, because he's so young, yeah, I think he'll start at a 92. But realistically, if he came off of that season and he's in mid, he's had a couple seasons under his belt, I think he's probably 94, 95 in that range. Yeah. NHL is interesting because even McDavid's not a 99, so I don't know if they're going to fix the rating system this year and finally give guys 99, because that would be cool in my opinion. I think the only player in the league deserving it of a 99, McDavid. If you really wanted to loop in McKinnon, sure, but Davo probably a 99, and then you can just use that as the benchmark down. So
I mean,
very cool, very cool.
But yeah, no, like I said, not too much to talk about. I don't think it's a big surprise to anyone. So we'll see. And then I think we get the gameplay release trailer in 2 days here. So
really?
Yeah, I think that's what I was reading. So
dang. All right, cool.
So we can talk about that. We can talk about that on the channel next time of what we kind of think from us. We've played, I think. I've probably been playing NHL for probably 10 years now.
I think the oldest copy of Chell that I have on hand is the infamous Chell 15. Apparently it's among the community, Chell 15 is terrible because Chell 14 was so popular and great, and then they came out with Chell 15. It was terrible. That was the first Chell that I ever played. So
but yeah, no. So we'll cover that later. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that gameplay trailer, and yeah, we'll give our honest review on that too. All right, so I'm gonna let Carlsson kind of lead the way on this one because I haven't read up too much on this. So he's definitely more knowledgeable. I'll chime in my thoughts if I have them. But yeah, I'll kind of let Carlsson take the wheel on this one.
All right, let me cook. Your boy did some digging this morning and found some some news. Digging is in, it just popped up on my Instagram feed, like every other post does.
And hit more on the description.
So, we obviously talked about Leo earlier. If you're not aware, the Ducks have an even better young talent, Cutter Gauthier, who was obtained through a trade with the Philadelphia Flyers, sending Trevor Zegras over to Philly. Cutter, I think it's pronounced Gauthier.
I think it's Gauthier, yeah, because it's French.
Okay, Gauthier. I've been saying Gauthier the entire time. Gauthier. I'm sorry.
We have no clue, so we're going to get flamed for this too, but we're going to go with Gauthier.
Yep. So that's how that happened. Cutter, 40-goal season last year. We've been talking all day about the 40-goal season. He had it already. And they have $9 million to spend. And they just paid Leo $18 million. And there's a lot of news covered on this slide. So, number one, news came out from a podcast that there was talk that Cutter will not be taking a low contract. He wants something up around the $15 million range. Well, the Ducks don't have $15 million right now. They obviously can clear some space, but again, the Oilers proved it the most. If you have 2 stars, that doesn't guarantee you a cup by any means. No way. Like, they have Leon and Connor, and they've been to the cup twice, but nothing in return. So it's like, and I would not say that Leo and Cutter right now are at that level. Who knows what the future holds? And then the other thing, we're talking about don't be mad at the Ducks GM. Talk came out from Leo's agent, I'm pretty sure, that they had a deal ready. The owner of the Ducks had a deal ready, and they said no. They wanted to wait out and feel out offers. It's tough because, right, you want the players to get paid, but at the same time, you can't feel bad when they end up walking home in March because they didn't make the playoffs because their team, because their team just wasn't good enough. It's like, yeah, sometimes you got to spread the wealth. And so you see leadership like Sidney Crosby, and even talk came out, Macklin Celebrini stated today, or it was either today or it was recently, that he is going to take, when he needs to be paid, he's going to take a major pay cut so that they can pay around, because he understands there is a ton of young talent on that team that needs to get paid. He's there to win a cup. Leo, I mean, shit, he took the money. Great. Good job.
And the money can come later, too. That's the other thing. If you're young, the money can come later. It's not like he's 36. Like, yeah.
So I think the fact, because mind you, the offer sheet isn't like a thing where the Flyers were like, all right, 18 mil, you have to match. No, Leo had to sign that offer sheet. And so he I don't know, man. It's like, it sucks because it's like typically if you're good with your organization, you wouldn't do him dirty like that. Because I think Leo knows he's not worth 18 mil.
Yeah.
I think he knows that. But he still did it anyways. And so I'm sorry, Anaheim, but I'm glad you signed him. You had to do what you had to do. But Leo Carlsson, if you're not going to win a cup in your career, I can't feel bad, and I'm not surprised because you have a guy who is better than you in Cutter Gauthier, and you're just basically putting it in a situation where he's either going to have to get traded or they're going to have to cut a bunch of other guys, which they already did, and it's being
pretty selfish, yeah.
And, I want the guys to get paid, but at the same time, it's like, there's a balance between getting paid and also getting a cup. He could have taken a $12 to $13 million deal, which, again, is a big contract in the NHL right now, and they would still be in cup contention. Because then you can sign Cutter
that's so much money already. That's so much money.
I know. So it's frustrating, because it's like, and look at the stat comparison. Gauthier wasn't a point per game player, but he had 41 goals. He's your goal scorer. He's potting those goals for you. And so it's like, yeah, you kind of need that, man. Leo's a great assist, obviously he's more balanced, they're both great players, but it's just I don't know, man. Cutter just seems like you need your goal scorer. We were talking about Kaprizov earlier. It's it's tough. Assists are great, but it's tough when they're not putting them in the back of the net. And Kaprizov had a 45-goal season. He was just fine.
He can do it.
It was just the playoffs. But so it's just tough because Anaheim needs both those guys, and if they can find a way to somehow keep both these guys and also build around them, that would be great. But it's going to be tough with these price ranges, especially since Cutter came out and was like, I'm not taking a pay cut. One of these guys is going to have to. And if anybody should have done it, it should have been Leo. Cutter's just has a little bit more shine to him. I feel like you get paid for the Genos, not the apples, So I'd take 40 Genos over 40 apples, obviously. So
Genos, I don't know if I've heard that one.
You've never heard Genos?
I don't think I've ever heard
Genos and apples.
I don't think I've ever heard Genos before. Dang, I've heard some other ones, but all right, Carson's dropping some.
What, do you think I was talking about Malkin?
Some puck talk.
I'd rather take.
Yeah, I was like Gino. I'm like, you probably look at the camera and be like, I was like, what? I'm like, all right, cool.
I don't think you could sign 40 Genos for that much money.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm like, I don't think anyone can. But I mean, the car can be shiny on the outside. You could have your Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on the outside of the car, but if the engine and the rest of the interior don't work, it ain't going to be a car because it doesn't drive. So it's it is. You could have two absolute studs on the top, but if your foundation isn't there, I can use a million metaphors, but it is. At the end of the day, it's you need to spread the wealth. That's also a part of the team sport of it. You need to spread the wealth of and it's also, if you care about that team, it's Macklin Celebrini, if he holds true to that. And there's been other leaders that have done that, where it's Sidney Crosby taking pay cuts. It's
Crosby, 3 cups, bro. 3 cups.
Literally, it's because he is such a good team person that he's I'm not going to be a selfish kid and take all this money. And it's don't get me wrong. Awesome that the kid's getting 18 mil. That's awesome. But like, it's like, dude, do you want to win or do you just want to get paid? At a certain point, it's like, are you a hockey player or are you a hockey player? You need, like, true hockey players want to win that cup and they'll do whatever it takes to win that cup. There's also other hockey players that are probably in it for the money, and it's awesome. It's a great perk of the job, but it's like, yeah, it's at a certain point you also got to care a little bit about the sport as well and your fan base too. And you're kind of doing them dirty right now in Anaheim. And I think he deserves all of the hate he has coming his way for that big of a contract. Yeah, you definitely could have taken 12 to 13 million, still been very happy, and spreaded that wealth to someone else on that team to keep the talent staying there. But, it's also, we could say this all day, and me and Carlsson are in the same position. Who knows? Who knows what we would have done? Most people probably done the same thing. So, I get it. I do. I just think, yeah, it's like Carlsson was kind of saying, and obviously the fan base getting mad too, and it's like, I think they have a right to be that way. So, yeah, Leo, I think you got a lot of pressure building up on you this season. I think you got to live up to it. I think you best be hitting 40 goals plus this season for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You wonder what the talks are too in the locker room. Like, what happens if Cutter just goes out there and fucking puts up, excuse my language, but puts up, 30, 40 more points than Leo this season? It's like,
what was that show? Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's like Leo's on the he's on the hot seat. He has to perform this season. If he doesn't outperform Cutter, it's a bad look for him. It is.
And hopefully that rivalry can bring him up a little bit too. It's like they have that friendly rivalry of like, yeah, I'm going to prove that I deserve to get paid. And it's like, no, I'm going to prove that I'm deserving to get paid what I am. And maybe that can elevate both of them. But yeah, no, it's... Yeah.
Yeah. One last thing I want to touch on these is I listen to a lot of sports talk shows, and this isn't necessarily in the NHL, but I have a feeling this is a very strong consensus. But when I listen to these talk shows and they're talking about NBA contracts and stuff, and they talk about, get your money, you don't owe the owner anything. Like, take your money, max out that contract. Like, players shouldn't be having to take pay cuts to, So a lot of these talk shows and former athletes, because they're for the athletes getting paid because they were athletes at one point. They are all making it sound like the owners are doing this pay cuts to keep money in their pocket. Where's the money going? It's like, it's not going into their pocket. It is going to be redistributed to other players. It's not like the owner's like, I'm going to pay you 12 mil instead of 18 because I want 6 mil to go blow on a new mansion.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
He wants 6 mil so he can go sign a new defenseman to hold down the blue line. So it's like, enough with this narrative that these owners are greedy and that they're taking money from the players, and the players are making millions of dollars. Please. They will be fine. So it's just like, it's just like the owners, the money is going to be spent to build around that player. And so, yeah, I don't see it as these, I don't see it as, not player friendly contracts, but team friendly contracts. I don't see them as the owner being greedy. I see it as the player taking the initiative to be honest with himself and be like, yeah, I need guys around me. So that it can't be a one-man show. It cannot be a one-man show, especially not in the NHL. Too much of a team dynamic to ever be a one-man show in this league. So, yeah, I mean, no, it's unfortunate, but
Carlsson getting heated here, dude.
We'll see what the Ducks do with it. I hope they, I think they can make the playoffs still, but I mean, it's a future thing. It's a future thing. They were on the up, but now, the Ducks are on the down. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. I think that's a common theme for Anaheim right now. All right. So then this is obviously the section that Carlsson was talking about at the beginning of what we're going to kind of start doing here of way too early predictions. Obviously it's July. We're just going to have fun with it. So we're going to kind of give our thoughts on it. We talked about earlier with Bedard, and I think we should address the Blackhawks now without Bedard for a month here of what is this team going to look like? Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'll have Carlsson start this one off. We'll jump in here and then
so before give my thoughts. Yeah, this is our, like Christian said, our way too early prediction segment. Every episode, until we get the rest of the league, we're just going to do 2 teams an episode and just kind of give our thoughts on their ceiling and their floor for the season, given last season's stats and then their projected lineups. So yeah, that's kind of the segment. And we don't want to do like full predictions yet for the season, like an entire league. We'll do that eventually, probably towards the end of September, because we just want trades to play out. We want to see how teams are going to be in their true form, right? Like for example, like last year, probably didn't have the Wild finishing as high if they didn't get Quinn Hughes in November. So it's like you kind of want to know how the teams are actually going to look in full form going into the first game. So we're going to start with the Blackhawks and the Canucks this episode. We're going to start with the lowest teams, and we might just keep the trend going as going up.
We'll build up the standings.
Yeah, so starting off. So shout out to Puckpedia, I believe it's called. They have these awesome lineup graphs here, so you can kind of see the projected lineup, where that cap space is being used. Obviously, you don't see Bedard in there. He's going to be out. So you see Nazar taking that step up to be the line one center. Had a decent season last year, 41 points, so you can't be mad at it. But yeah, guys are going to have to step up. Obviously, Bedsy is going to be out for a little bit. So I don't know. Where do you feel like... I feel like maybe, you see Ian Moore there at third line center, and you're kind of wondering, like, can he step up? Or, sorry, Oliver Moore. And kind of be that, like, young talent. Is he going to take that step? Obviously... You got Bertuzzi, who was second in points last season. You got Ryan Donato, who's a
that's another name.
Great young, not young anymore. He was on the Wild. He was young, but another good player. Obviously, Nazar is a great.
He didn't do bad though. I was pretty impressed with his performance in stat. Bedard, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, you got Nazar. So I'm gonna kind of just. I'm just kind of naming names in the lineup here, but I'm going to go and kind of pick who I think is going to be their X factor, and that's their, Byram, the guy they picked up in the trade from Buffalo. Obviously, this is his year to take that step. He's getting paid the big bucks now, so it's like you kind of have to, I don't know, expect him to take that step. He was, I believe, a 4th overall pick. So it's kind of hard to expect anything less of him now at this point.
Yeah. I mean, so it's I think for me, I'm taking Bertuzzi to step up. We were kind of talking about this earlier, and it's I know Big Whoopi's top line left wing, but seriously, it's 58 points. That's pretty good for especially I think Bertuzzi getting older here. But I think I did see kind of a narrative when Bedard was kind of on the outs here this last year too, his health. Bertuzzi's kind of given up, is what people were kind of saying. I don't know if you saw the same thing, but that's what I saw in a few sides of my Instagram that I was on, my socials. But I hope that isn't true. I hope no player should give up on his team, especially when he's making $5.5 million, dude.
Yeah.
But so if I don't know if that's true or not, Blackhawks fans could correct us in the comments gladly. But I think Bertuzzi's fun to watch. I think he's a great player. I think he was a good change of pace for this team. I think he needs to step up here. Donato's a name that I've known for a long time. I think Tara Vinens is another name. A lot of these are older names that I know. Mm-hmm. And the big one to me in net is Spencer Knight down there too. It's obviously him being traded from Florida a few years ago now. I can't remember exactly where he's traded now again. But I hope Spencer Knight can hold it down the net for them. And Soderblom's not a young, that's not a newer name either. That's an older name I know. So it's they have a lot of definitely, I'd say, mid to older vets on their team that they got a lot of experience this time to start using it. And I think obviously Bedard's been elevating that with what they have. But again, you're going to have them without a month here. Who's going to step up and take that lead? So for me, I think it's got to be Bertuzzi on that top line. It's got to feel the pressure now. I got to start scoring some extra goals here. Yeah. And you're going to be missing that playmaker in the middle. Obviously, you're missing 98 there. But got to find a way now too. And our Kaprizov's in the same way. It's without Matt Zuccarello too. It's time to find your own way now. You gotta find a way to get the puck in the net on your own, and that can sometimes elevate a player, sometimes make or break them for a bit too. So but I agree with Carlsson. I think Byram's a good pick they got. I think he's got to earn that salary too. But Blackhawks are an interesting one to me. They've been interesting. I think Carlsson has the same take on that. It's kind of like Edmonton in where is the team going? It's for the Blackhawks a little different for Edmonton. Is where did the team go? They just dropped. So it's I think it's really hard. I'd like to see the Blackhawks kind of come make a run again and kind of come back up in the standings.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'll let you kind of wrap this one up, Carlsson.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely floodgates are open for the young players. I mean, you got Nazar there at the center. He's only 22 years old, so it's like, kind of big opportunity for him. He's stepping up. Obviously, you see Bedard down. That's like he's like, shit, I'm first line now. I gotta, production's got to start coming up. Spencer Knight, like you said, he's a great goaltender. He's gonna continue to get better. And then Byram. If we could see some great production out of Byram at the blue line, like again, like I said, take that like first round step where he really has his breakout season. He left Buffalo because he felt he deserved first D pay. Okay, go improve it. I know you're not going to have Bedsy there for the first 15. So, yeah.
But he knows that.
Before we leave, give a ceiling floor. I think floor, bottom of the Central, to be completely honest with you. I mean, that's a fair estimate. They're going to be out their best player for the first 15 games. They need a guy to step up. There's not a guy that we have here that we're like, okay, he's going to be he's definitely going to take care of business. Well, someone's going to have to step up, and sometimes when this happens, no one does. And they end up in a really bad spot 15 games into the season, which Bedard might have to end up digging them out of. Ceiling, if Bedsy comes back and they get hot, the ceiling, and this is being very generous, they could possibly, and this is their ceiling, absolute high ceiling, they could sneak into the last wild card spot, I think.
So you think top 5, okay.
I think they have a ceiling to get into the last wild card spot in the Western Conference.
All right.
Because, there's young talent, and you don't expect a team like Chicago who's rebuilding to go and get Byram and trade away the 4th overall pick, right? That's not what a rebuilding team does. They want those young players to rebuild. So clearly they think that they can win somewhat now. So let's go do it. And I think they have the talent to do it. It's just, can they get the production? So
yeah.
I don't know, Christian. What do you think for your ceiling and floor?
I think I've agreed with you on the floor. I think they'll be on the floor.
Ceiling 8 and floor 8 in the division. Bottom of the division.
They're not making it. They're not making it last.
Fair enough.
I think they might just be under wild card. I think they might be 6. I think that might be their ceiling.
Enough. You know what? That's fair.
I think for them, dude, the Central's a dogfight. Central's a dogfight right now.
It is, yeah.
And so I don't think that's going to change this year. So it's like, is this team competing with the Avs, with the Wild, with the Stars? No.
No.
Yeah, no, there's no way. And so it's just like, that's obviously like top 3, top 4, whatever, like predictions there. But it's like, I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't see that turnaround happening in a season, like just like that. But do I think they could sneak into 5th? Maybe. I'm not going to say they can't. It's hockey. Anything can happen. Mm-hmm. But I think they gotta either mix up some different strategies for what they want to do for formations, playmaking, whatever. And especially with Bedard gone, you got to completely change up your play style, I think. But I think I would stick with those. I think top is 6th, bottom is 8 with you.
Yeah.
So, but that's my prediction. I would love to be wrong. Obviously, the Wild beat better than them, of course. But hey, knock out the Avs. I'd be completely fine with that too. That's never gonna happen, but it's okay. But we'll go to our next one, and this one I think is what a lot of people are also wondering as well is Vancouver.
Yeah.
Youch! Vancouver's hurting.
Yeah, looking at this is just rough because, like, even looking at the stats, their top scorer at 51 points is like.
And Vancouver is so weird to me. They're like an anomaly because it's like, dude, you have Elias Pettersson, Jake DeBrusk, you have Thatcher Demko net. You have such good talent. Now you got Zeev Buium from us. What was the other guy that would trade away? I'm already forgetting his name.
Marco Rossi.
There is we lost Rossi as well, and he's a good talent too. And it's like, where is it going? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like people can claim, oh, you lost your leadership with Quinn Hughes.
They screwed that up. That was their fault. People mad at Quinn. It's like, what do you blame them? It's like, that was a shit show the entire time.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, seriously, it's like, what is happening? it's like the curse of Canada right now, dude, of like this talent being there and it's just not being utilized. What did they finish at this last season? 29th in the league, 30th? They're in the Flames were like
dead
the bottom,
last.
right?
They were dead last.
I was just saying.
I think they had under 60 points. They were in the 50s for points.
And it's just like, dude. And I'm like, seriously, it's like there's so much talent to me on this team. Yeah, you got Brock Besser too. And it's like, what is happening? But I like, where do we even start with this one, Carlsson? Of like, what do you do here? And it's like people can be like, you fill the hole of Quinn Hughes being gone. With who? Like, I mean, seriously, I am lost with this team, quite honestly. They're an anomaly to me, but I'll let Carlsson give his opinions, and maybe I can piggyback off of him. I'll have some opinions, of course, but
I mean, for starters, okay, Marco Rossi, I think, is going to have to step up next season. He was great in Minnesota. Unfortunate to let him go. Obviously, having Quinn, it was nice. You know, it's worth it in the end. Rossi, but being a Minnesota fan, we know how good these guys are. Marco Rossi and Zeev Buium, both young players, they are going to step up for this team. I mean, Zeev's on that top pair. Yeah, and Zeev is going to continue to get better. He's a very good player. Like, these were guys that, like, were impressive, first-round picks. Like, and they're going to turn out. Don't worry. If you're a Vancouver fan and you don't know a lot about them, Rossi and Buium, great players.
Yeah.
Elias Pettersson at 11.6, it's like, damn, bro, and you're only putting up 51 points in a season. I get you only played 74 games, but it's like, kind of want a little bit more production on him next season. So if they want any chance at sniffing anything other than the bottom of the bottom, they're going to need him to produce. And then Brock Besser, another name that's familiar, and you want, like, it's like, yeah, we might need a little bit more out of Besser too. And I get when the line's not buzzing, it affects everybody. And so clearly that top line is not buzzing because, you know, when your top goal scorer has 23 goals, it's just kind of, it's clear that something's not going on unless everyone else has 23 goals. But I think they have some bright spots. Obviously, Demko and net. It's like, you know,
Patrick
again,
Demko's awesome.
I think that's maybe 8.5 is a lot too for a goalie, especially for Demko. And then again, 11.6 for Pettersson. It's not great contracts, but we're not here to talk about the cap space and the cap management. We're here to talk about who's going to perform, who's going to step up. And I'm just bringing those numbers up because it's like, yeah, you haven't lived up to that number yet. It doesn't, at least last season you didn't. So, for me, I'm going ceiling 7th in division, floor 8th. There's no way this team will touch the playoffs. Vancouver's the biggest, you know, mess in the NHL right now. So,
I think Calgary might have you beat on that one. But
yeah, that starting lineup, I saw that the other day.
We'll probably talk about them next, but
yeah, so
I would probably agree with Carlsson. I think it's 7 and 8, dude.
It's hard not to.
Yeah,
it's hard not to.
And it's like, I mean, surely I think it's gonna be them and the Blackhawks fighting for like who's the shit of the Central. So,
well, they're in the West.
Oh yeah,
I get what you meant.
I'm making small mistakes. But
the conference.
But it's like, you look at the talent on this team, and again, there's not a Connor McDavid, that's known, whatever. There's not a lack thereof talent, by that being said, though, either. I think it comes down to coaching at a certain point of like, you got to get some playmaking together here. Like, seriously, top goal scorer is 23 goals. What are we doing? Like, that's insane. So it's just like, something's got to mix around here, and I get it. You did lose Quinn Hughes, pretty vital part of your lineup early in the year, early to like a third of the way of the year.
Yeah,
it hurts. It really does hurt.
That completely looked. I mean, just the vibe. It shattered that team going on the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I mean that's like literally Edmonton losing Connor McDavid, like flat out, like. And people were pissed at that, and rightfully so. When you have the C on your chest, you take that upon yourself. But it's like, yeah, he had the C on his chest. Quinn Hughes was the captain. I'm not making that up, right?
Yes, he was the captain.
I was like, it's not. I don't think it was Pettersson. I was like, for some reason, hallucinating that in my head. But that hurts. I mean, we just saw it with Brady Tkachuk. Not even a close comparison, in my opinion. Of course, I think Quinn Hughes is a way more vital player than Brady Tkachuk was.
Yes.
But it's like, you're always going to catch flack when it happens. Hey, we benefited, so we're not going to be that mad about it. We're still not that mad about it. He completely changed our team. So, but it just shows that him changing our team for the better shows how much he was adding to that team. So it's like, I feel for them. It hurts, but it's also not an excuse to just throw your fist in the air and give up. Like, you still got to play, dude. You still got to give it your all. So, end of the day, I'm agreeing with Carlsson on that. I think highest possibility, 6.
Yeah, that's fair. 6 in the division. Yeah, 6 in the Pacific. Yep. Yeah, fair enough. And I'm assuming your floor is 8.
8, yeah.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people are going to agree with us on that. Yeah, I could be wrong. I think Calgary will be bottom of the floor for them, but I think they have 2-3 years here before they even like get something moving in the right direction. So
yeah,
but,
and I mean, if they do things right, it's like, yeah, they have a lot of young kids out here. If they all pan out, who knows? Vancouver could be right back in the thick of things. Liam Ogren, he wasn't necessarily producing with us, but we sent him over. He was a first round pick, I believe. Who knows? Maybe he turns out. Maybe he needs a little bit of time to develop. Not only that, but these guys are on, rookie deals. So it's like Williams making over $1 million. Ogren's making under $1 million. Rossi's making 5, which, again, that might be an underpay if he starts stepping up. But it's like, it doesn't look like they're spending a whole lot of money. So who knows? Maybe they can go out and get a couple extra pieces. I don't know how many people want to play in Vancouver. But when teams are trading, I guess you got your no trade clause. So I guess possibly teams could or no trade list of teams you don't want to get traded to. Vancouver very well could be on a lot of players because I get it. You don't want to be part of
a black hole of talent. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's something to be said about this team. But I don't see anything crazy happening this season, but there's a future. And I think if they play their cards right, they could get out of this hole in a decent time period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got for today. I believe that's the last one we got. So yeah, I hopefully you guys like the new section. I think it's fun. I think we have 30 more teams to cover.
Yeah.
And I think obviously when we get to the higher teams, we'll kind of the narrative will definitely change. Of do we see them continuing to be it? Not like are they gonna be it again? Are they going to be good? Like obviously if we talk about the Canes, we'll be like, are they gonna be there again? Let's look at what their next year predictions are. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's fun to be back. We love the show. It's fun to always record and talk about it. I mean, it gives us an excuse to talk about hockey. So
yeah,
in the mid month of July here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think like I said, we'll talk about the next reactions of NHL. We'll get the trailer for that. Nothing's gonna change. Let's be so for real. But there'll be like the one change. They'll be like, oh my god. But But it's EA.
Classic.
Never gonna change much. So. I think that's all I got from my side. Thank you guys for listening to episode 5, and I'll let Carlsson do the sign off here.
Yeah, thanks guys for listening to episode 5. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.